Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to America's richest county versus its poorest. Now, I don't know where these will be. In terms of the richest counties and the poorest counties, I'm going to assume the richest will probably be a county in California somewhere. Poorest, I'm not too sure, because there's a lot of places. It could be like Alaska maybe, because I know Alaska's got a lot of pretty poor regions because of how expensive it is to live there. But we're going to see, and yeah, it's just an interesting video, I guess, to see the contrast of two counties that have the extreme rich or the extreme poor. But yeah, we're going to jump into this. Hopefully going to enjoy. Hopefully you're all doing well. I haven't posted for 2 days. I did actually want to post, but I've been really busy. But yeah, we're back now, and let's see this video.
This is Loudoun County, Virginia, brimming with charming little towns, wealthy neighborhoods lined with McMansions.
Wait, the richest counties in Virginia? Wait, what?
And meticulously maintained infrastructure, beautiful scenery, proximity to the DC Beltway, and affluence to the point where it's almost palatable, making Loudoun County communities the kind of place where you don't have to be in the nice part of town to be in the nice part of town, because while Upperville and the Plains are uniquely wealthy, widespread wealth in Loudoun County is anything but unique. So the deep difference in what life looks like between Loudoun County, Virginia, and the western West Virginia county of McDowell.
Wait, they're this close. They're both, I mean, obviously West Virginia and Virginia, but they're both in the Virginias. That is a crazy contrast.
Is stark.
I think I've seen this place before.
Because while the Loudoun County city of Ashburn, Virginia waits for yet another Whole Foods or its 9th Starbucks, Welch, West Virginia, the biggest city in McDowell County, lost its only Walmart back in January of 2016. That wouldn't be a big deal for Loudoun County, Virginia, but that Walmart superstore in Welch was the biggest employer in McDowell County, with 140 workers when it closed its doors 8 years ago, leaving the already downtrodden community even worse off than when it arrived, as many local shops simply couldn't bear the competition. As McDowell County, West Virginia is dealing with something uniquely difficult, but difficulty certainly isn't unique to McDowell County. If you were to look at the 10, 15, heck, even 20 most impoverished counties, from Monroe, Arkansas, ranked 6th lowest in income, to Dallas County, Alabama, ranked 20th with a median income of just $35,000, you'll see a whole lot of the same, as the struggle is real for far too many communities across the United States. But this video is about comparing America's wealthiest county to its most impoverished, not the dozens upon dozens of similarly distraught areas, many located here in the southern US. There aren't quite as many truly wealthy communities as there are lower income ones, as wealth often finds itself isolated in portions of communities, but these metropolitan regions, specifically the Capital Beltway, the California Bay Area, and the Northeast Coast, hold a disproportionate share of American wealth.
Damn.
Both the counties of Loudoun and McDowell are located here, in an area once known as the single state of Virginia, but while Leesburg, Virginia and Welch, West Virginia are just 250 miles as the crow flies apart, almost everything about them, from everyday life to countywide economic output to infrastructure integrity, couldn't be more different.
I do find it mad how places, I mean, in terms of the US, they're close. Maybe in terms of England, they're not close at all. They're probably a whole England apart, maybe more. A good 500 miles away from each other. But actually, and when you think about it like that, it is not close whatsoever. But it is wild how they are just both in a similar region.
Part of that is actually geography, as much of McDowell is mountainous and covered in thick forest with rugged terrain and heavy precipitation, making city building expensive and problematic, while Loudoun, being covered in more arable land with modest rolling hills and a more mild climate, has always been prime for development, especially thanks to its economic windfall of being located near DC. However, it's also the inherent difference in how Virginia and West Virginia have developed over the years, as Virginia has America's 13th highest per capita or per person GDP, while West Virginia has just the nation's 42nd, with Virginia having a statewide poverty rate of 10%, a full point lower than the national average, while West Virginia has a poverty rate that reaches nearly 18%.
Damn.
And Virginia is a growing state with 8.7 million residents, while the population of West Virginia has dwindled for decades, as the state currently sits at less than 1.8 million. That's hundreds of thousands less than it had all the way back in 1990. Creating this shared feeling of growing despair, especially in McDowell, where good mining jobs have eroded, while other opportunities have remained mostly absent, leaving little in the way of upward mobility, with young families increasingly fleeing their homes for better circumstances. But Virginia's wealth isn't as widespread as a simple snapshot may suggest, as economic prospects outside the Beltway and Eastern Coast are more stagnant, while even some of the growth areas have gotten increasingly frothy. That's because, and this can be a little confusing, but the western portion of Virginia proper has 25 counties, at least partially located in Appalachia. But Loudoun County isn't just your typical Virginia county. No, it's the wealthiest county in the entire United States, filled with exceptionally valuable suburban DC real estate that provides its wealthy residents the best of both worlds, living in the beautiful, quiet countryside with easy access to, perhaps, America's most vital hub for influential business operations and lobbying efforts. That's how the median home price in Loudoun grew to a staggering $785,000.
Bloody
Now,
hell.
the Beltway itself is fairly large, and Virginia isn't the only state with real proximity. In fact, even a small portion of West Virginia is at least DC adjacent. But as you can see here on the map, is far outside the reach of opulent Northern Virginia and the natural benefits of Metro DC. With modern-day McDowell having a median home price of just $36,000, struggling with an unemployment rate of 8.6%, more than double the national average, and a rate of poverty that's nearing 40%. As it's lost nearly 80% of its residents from an all-time high in 1950. As McDowell's peak back in the mid-20th century came from the rise of West Virginia coal, as mining operations there built the West Virginia economy while playing a key role in the emergence of America's new middle class.
I do remember seeing a video focusing on McDowell, and it was a place obviously that struggled because of the change of industry and stuff. Just the contrast is wild. I've not really seen much of this other place. He's just talked about it a bit, but he's not really shown much of it.
McDowell County coal powering industrial steel while bringing power to millions of American homes. But after helping turn America into a legitimate wealth-generating nation, many of the workers that made McDowell's coal revolution possible were let go, with the coal workforce dwindling over recent years as machinery and automation made the already profitable enterprise that much more profitable. But as West Virginia coal was changing and workers there were left behind, Northern Virginia was quickly rising, with this whole area, especially Loudoun County, becoming the nation's largest concentration of upper-middle-class Americans thanks to Loudoun's close proximity to the entire DC area and some of the nation's highest-rated healthcare facilities, schools, historic sites, and other valuable amenities, things you simply wouldn't find in a place like McDowell.
So is DC just a very wealthy place? Obviously, it's the capital, and it's going to have things, I guess, related because of there's the White House there. I guess all of the people who, I guess a lot of politicians probably live there, or live in the county, Loudoun County, because it's close. But is that why, really? It's so rich because that's where all the DC peripheral workers live. People's like lobbyists and contractors. Okay, so that makes sense. It's truly sad, and this isn't the only example. I mean, it didn't really show much about this place, but the context of it is interesting to me at least. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Have you been to any of these places? Are you from any of these places? I guess if you've been to maybe both on the off chance, how would you compare them? But this is an interesting video, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, subscribe. Peace.